It's up in the air right now, and I'm just praying and so that he'll recover.
A South Bay ER nurse is in dire condition tonight. Sadly, he tested positive for COVID just a few days after receiving his second dose of the vaccine. However, experts do say this case does not mean the vaccines are less effective than we thought. Here's our Michael Chin.
Since the pandemic began, Danny Plata, a single dad of two, has been on the front lines, an ER nurse at Sharp Chula Vista. On December 22nd, he and a fellow nurse, his friend Chris Pena, went in and received their first dose of the Pfizer vaccine. 17 days later, on January 8th, they returned for their second dose.
He actually felt good, have that peace of mind.
A day later,
he was texting me, like, hey man, are you having fever too?
Plata came down with a 103-degree fever and trouble breathing. In the next few days, he would be admitted and test positive for COVID. Less than a week later, he was placed on a ventilator. Recently, he underwent ECMO, a last resort process where blood is pumped outside his body to receive oxygen.
It's up in the air right now, and I'm just praying and so that he'll recover.
It's heartbreaking.
Dr. Davey Smith, UCSD Chief of Infectious Diseases, says while Plata's case is disheartening, it doesn't mean vaccines are less effective than expected. Plata again became ill a day after the second dose. Dr. Smith says it takes between 2 to 8 weeks to receive the full benefit of the second dose, about 95% protection.
It's very clear that he had that virus before he got that second dose of vaccine.
Dr. Smith says Plata contracted it in between doses when there's less protection if exposed.
There's still a reasonable chance, 50%, that we could still come down with the infection despite having that first vaccine.
And what about the timing of Plata's fever so soon after the vaccine dose? Dr. Smith says it's possible it could have been a side effect, but the vaccine did not lead to what happened next.
There is no way that you can get COVID from any of the vaccines that we have now.
Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
A GoFundMe campaign has been set up by Plata's co-workers to help his family with their expenses. There's a link to this story on 10news.com.